Lithuania's president and prime minister were forced to take shelter on Tuesday when a drone alert caused the capital Vilnius to come to a standstill. President Gitanas Nausėda and Prime Minister Inga Ruginienė were taken to emergency shelters following the air alert, which ordered the city's population to take cover.
Another one bites the dust. The past few weeks had been billed as a retribution tour for Donald Trump as he settles old scores with his critics within the Republican Party.
The World Health Organization, WHO, says there have now been 600 suspected cases of Ebola and 139 suspected deaths, with numbers expected to rise further given the time taken to detect the virus. 51 cases have now been confirmed in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the first case was reported, and 2 in neighbouring Uganda, WHO Chief Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said on Wednesday. The United States and Israel went into war on Iran, intending to replace the regime's leadership with hardline former President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, the New York Times reported, quoting US officials who were briefed on the audacious plan. The newspaper said things quickly went awry and Ahmadinejad's current whereabouts and condition are unknown.
Philippine Supreme Court has refused to block the arrest of a senator wanted by the International Criminal Court, ICC, for crimes against humanity. Senator Ronald De La Rosa, whose whereabouts are unknown, is wanted by the court in The Hague for his role in the country's war on drugs during Rodrigo Duterte's 2016 to 2022 presidency. The United Kingdom government said it had eased sanctions imports of Russian jet fuel and diesel refined in third world countries amidst soaring fuel prices caused by the Iran war and prolonged closure of the Strait of Hormuz. The trade licence that came into effect on Wednesday is of indefinite duration, according to the UK's Department for Business and Trade, and will be periodically reviewed. It will allow the UK to import Russian crude oil refined in third countries, such as India and Turkey.
Arsenal have ended a 22-year wait to be crowned Premier League champions after Manchester City were held 1-1 by Bournemouth. Michael Arteta's men held off the challenge of Pep Guardiola's second-place City on Tuesday night to seal a long-awaited triumph with 1 game to spare.
The Keynesian Institute of Management and Sciences, KIMS private school in Lahore, is facing criticism after students claimed it scheduled exams during Punjab's summer vacations. According to details shared by students, O1 exams at KIMS are continuing till June 11, while Grade 8 exams are set to continue till June 4th, even though Punjab's summer break begins on May 20 soon.
Lenovo has officially announced the Yoga Air 14 Ultra Aura in China with a lightweight body, a 14-inch OLED display and Intel Core Ultra series processors. The laptop weighs 975 grams and measures 13.9 millimeter thick. It starts at around $1,470.
American Leicester school Alez, DNK in Lahore, has come under fire for allegedly compelling students to attend classes despite the Punjab government's directive, ordering all public and private educational institutions to remain closed from May 22 to August 24 due to a severe heatwave across the province. A student at the school's DNK branch reached out to confirm that the administration was pressuring students to continue attending regular classes even after the official start of summer vacations. The Pakistan Taunton Stock Exchange, PSX, on Wednesday maintained its renewed bullish momentum as the market gained over 900 points during intraday trade. The benchmark KSE 100 index gained all 1.19% to stand at 109.34.42 points at 3:44 p.m. from the previous close of 162,896.6 day.
The son of Isaac Andic, founder fashion group Mango, was named by a judge in Barcelona on Tuesday as a suspect in an investigation into his father's death in a 2024 cliff-top fall. Jonathan Andic, 45, was arrested and questioned by police in Catalonia, then brought to court in handcuffs, where the judge set bail of €1 million, Dogbrot's 116 metres, and required him to hand over his passport.
A tricky encounter with a Norwegian journalist has shown a light on the reluctance of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and members of his government to engage directly with the media on uncomfortable issues. After Helle Svensson from Norwegian daily Dagsavisen asked Modi why he wouldn't take questions from the press, and later the same day asked a senior official of India's Ministry of External Affairs about India's human rights record, Modi's response was to walk away without replying, while his ministers was to try to deflect by talking about unrelated facets of India's past and present, and then to become visibly angry.
European football's governing body says it has issued a lifetime ban to Petr Vlachovský, a Czech women's football coach who secretly filmed his players. In a statement issued on Tuesday, UEFA's Control, Ethics and Disciplinary Body, CDDB, said it had decided to ban Vlachovský from exercising any football-related activity for life following an investigation into allegations of potential misconduct.
A nationwide transport strike in Kenya over surging fuel prices, blamed on the United States-Israeli war on Iran, has been suspended for a week after 4 people were killed in mass protests against the increases. Kenya, one of many African countries heavily reliant on fuel imports from the Gulf, has raised petrol prices by 20% and diesel by almost 40% since Iran, in effect, blocked traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, a key choke point that normally handles about a fifth of the world's oil.
Lenovo has returned to the smartphone market with the Legion Y70, its first phone under its own name since the Y90 in 2022. The Legion Y70 is a gaming phone with high-end hardware, a large battery, fast charging and bypass charging support.
Pakistan top-order batter Shan Masood is expected to step down as Test captain following a 78-run defeat in the final Test against Bangladesh, which completed a historic 2-series whitewash at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Shan Masood was appointed Pakistan's red ball captain in 2023 ahead of the 3-match Test series against Australia. His tenure began with a 3-0 series defeat in his first assignment down under. The Lahore electric supply company Lesco has announced major relief for consumers ahead of Eid al-Adha, confirming that it will not carry out load shedding during the Eid holidays. According to officials, consumers will receive an uninterrupted electricity supply, despite intense heat and rising electricity demand, allowing citizens to celebrate Eid without inconvenience.
Pakistan Navy Sukkah Recruitment and Selection Centre on Tuesday announced the registration schedule for the Short Service Commission course 2026B. According to the official notification, Pakistani citizens, especially young applicants, can register from May 10 to June 14, 2026. Karakoram Highway has been closed at multiple locations following heavy rainfall, landslides and mudflows, causing major disruption to traffic and transport movement. According to a spokesperson for the National Highway Authority, NHA, the highway has been completely closed for all types of traffic between Boshidas and Tatapani.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni took selfies at the Colosseum and admired the view over Rome ahead of talks focused on trade on Wednesday. In a video posted on X, Meloni also thanked Modi for bringing along a packet of Melody toffees on his visit, with the two seen laughing over the present, a play on their names. Youssef Shtayer came home from school on an April afternoon, dropped his bag in the hallway and headed straight back out to join his friends. Minutes later, he was dead, shot by an Israeli soldier, just 100 metres from his home.
Islamabad. Former Prime Minister and PPP leader Raja Pervez Ashraf on Wednesday reacted to alleged drug baroness Anmol alias Pinky, purportedly naming him as a client, saying that he had led a spotless life. A recent video of the suspect during a court appearance had gone viral on social media, in which she can be heard saying the name Raha Pervez before her voice is drowned out by the police officials accompanying her. However, a separate video has also emerged in which her lawyer allegedly told reporters that she was being pressured into taking the names of certain politicians.
At least 87 people abducted by Israeli forces from an aid flotilla bound for Gaza have begun a hunger strike. Organisers say after Israeli forces intercepted the last remaining vessel in international waters. The group is striking in protest of their illegal abduction and in solidarity with the over 9,500 Palestinian hostages held in Israeli dungeons. The global Sumud flotilla wrote on X on Wednesday.
Authorities at the Islamic Center of San Diego confirmed the identities of two men killed in a shooting incident at the mosque on Monday. This came a day after friends and family identified Amin Abdullah as the security guard who was killed while trying to prevent suspected attackers from entering the mosque complex. Mosque authorities told Al Jazeera the other two victims also played a role in responding to the gunman. "We call them our brothers in the community. We call them our martyrs and our heroes," said the mosque's imam, Taha Hassaneh.
While Kyiv has recently come under frequent bombardment, the residents of Moscow have largely felt safe. That might now be changing.
The Pakistan Telecommunication Authority has called for improved coordination among government department operators to prevent repeated fibre optic cable cuts disrupt communication services in the Chitral region. In an official letter issued by the PTA zonal office in Peshawar, the authority stressed the need for immediate action to safeguard critical telecom infrastructure during road construction and excavation activities.
Rights activists and community representatives have urged the government to announce a comprehensive resettlement plan before launching any eviction or demolition drive linked to the Karachi-Peshawar Main Line ML1 railway expansion project. Speaking at a press conference at the Karachi Press Club on Tuesday, members of the ML1 Affectors Action Committee warned that the enforcement of the railway right-of-way route principle should not become a pretext for acquiring excessive land from poor families living along railway tracks.
Sony has introduced the WH-1000X, the Colochon, as the new top model in its WH-1000X over-ear headphone series. The launch comes as Sony's original MDR-1000X headphones are set to turn 10 years old later this year. The MDR-1000X started the lineup that later became strongly linked with noise-cancelling headphones.
Karachi paid tribute to two of Pakistan's renowned cultural figures after roads in North Nazimabad were named after celebrated playwright Hasina Moin and legendary music composer Nisar Bazmi during a ceremony organised by the town administration. The road naming event was held in Block Y of North Nazimabad and was attended by President Arts Council Karachi Mohammed Ahmed Shah as the chief guest.